According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, a majority of kids as young as 2 know how to use a smartphone.
But the research finds not all of them know how to use it to call 911. Heather Graf investigates the disconnect.
In St. Louis, Missouri, a 10-year-old's quick thinking,
I don't know, she just sounded like a zombie.
saved his grandmother's life.
Everything went black. And the only thing I could move was my finger to try to get my grandson's attention.
I was screaming her name, and she wouldn't answer me. So I got her phone and dialed 911.
Melanie Robinson suffered a diabetic episode, and doctors say her condition could have been worse if Keon didn't call 911 immediately.
If he hadn't been there, I hate to think what would have happened.
Thankful her grandson knew how to get help. But Leanna Timpone wasn't so sure if her kids would react the same way after a conversation at work got her thinking.
She said that her son called 911. He pulled a chair to the wall, and so she just asked me, what is your plan of action for emergencies?
As mobile phones outpace landlines, that's now a common question for first responders.
It's evolved from being not only about child education, but also about parent education.
Education that revolves around cell phones, as the Center for Disease Control reports more than 80% of children lived in wireless-only households in 2022. The American Academy of Pediatrics analyzed how 50 children between the ages of 4 and 9 would individually react in a simulated emergency. Less than half of the children in kindergarten and first grade recognized the emergency, and none were able to dial 911 or report it. However, in second and third grades, 80% of children recognized the emergency, but only 20% were able to call 911, and even fewer could answer the dispatcher's questions correctly.
I'm going to bring up right there that emergency button that we push, and then that will allow me to call 911.
Kyle Gaines with the St. Charles County Ambulance District recommends starting this lesson as young as 3 and practicing often.
On-the-spot drills. Okay, where's mom's phone at? Where's dad's phone at? How do we get into it? What button do we push to make that 911 call?
Timpone has started teaching her kids what to do, but she's also heard of getting a security system with a button or a doorbell camera inside the house to connect with mom and dad.
This is a love like no other. You don't want anything to happen to your kids.
In that same study from the American Academy of Pediatrics, half of the parents said that they spoke to their child about what to do in an emergency, but only 34% of those kids demonstrated how to call 911 on a smartphone.
Yeah, when having this conversation with your kids, first responders say it's critical to explain the different types of emergency situations, from fires to medical emergency or even stranger danger, so kids can articulate to the dispatcher what is happening. And the most important thing parents need to drill down is home address. Really some critical lessons, because you really don't think about, like with kids and small kids, what they know, what they don't know.
This is definitely something that we need to do in my home. Maybe today.
You said it when we were watching the story.
Yes.
You need to get on this.
We need to do this, yes.
All right.